Hi, I'm Aisha.
Hey, I'm Jasmine.
What's up? It's 1228.
And we're IJT Productions.
Hey everyone. So here IJT is back with another video and we're going to discuss our relationships are 50-50. Now this is a tough one. So you know what, 12, why don't we start you off, What you think about relationships? Do you think they're 50-50 or 70-30?
I see the comment section going crazy already because this is definitely a controversial topic when you talk about relationships as 50-50. Now, I don't think they're 50-50, in my opinion. I think I'll say this to be safe. They're 100 and 100. You know what I'm saying? The man got to put in 100%. The woman got to put in 100%. And that can go into, we could get into gender roles and, expectations and all that. But my next relationship and marriage, because that's the goal. I'm not trying to be out here too much longer. You know what I'm saying?
You sure? Because you said you wanted women's.
Matched up.
See, why not? See, it's always your own people. Why you not? You know what I'm saying? You're not supposed to blow the spot up now.
I'm just saying, I'm trying to hold you accountable, man. That's all.
You're right. But no, next relationship, I want to be the sole provider on the financial element, meaning that I want the women to work more so with children and the house stuff. That's what I would like. So if, in my opinion, I don't think that's a 50-50. I don't think we should go half on the mortgage, go half on the cable, go half on the groceries. I just would rather take that responsibility and, we work together on the chores and everything else, in my opinion.
That sounds dope. What about you, Ishi? Like, listen, I like that 12, the woman to stay home and take care and nurture her kids. It's not work, 12, It's more like,
That's work. That is work to hold down the household, to raise kids. That's not easy, And I think that's the thing too. Sometimes people undermine that because it's not a traditional, you go out, earn a salary per se, but that's a very important element that's needed in the household. So I really feel like, well, what do y'all think? Do y'all want to do 50-50, want to split the rent and everything, or do you want to be in a position where, that's not a burden on you to bring money to the table in a relationship?
You know what? I always I always made more than my partner. That's yeah. Look at your face. So and not only that, but I was more so the provider, but also the nurturer to pick up, to take care of my child and do different things. So, it like I said, it depends on the relationship. And for me, personally, like I'm a provider. Like I always provide for my child, my son, myself. I never really counted on someone else to provide for me. So I don't even know if I'm able to like accept it, like not in a way because I'm so used to doing it that it would be like very foreign to me for a man to be like, you know what, I got you. I'm not used to that. I'm used to, looking out for other people and having their back because I know that I have to be the provider, But just as far as 50-50, like I've been in relationships where everything was cut in the middle, it was like, oh, okay, you do this more. It was like, no, Jasmine, you get paid more, so you dish out more. Yeah, that's how it was. Wow, it was silent.
Wait, hold on. Because I wasn't ready. Aisha, was you ready? Because I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
Not at all.
Here's a question I want to pose to both of y'all.
Go ahead.
Hold up, because it got real. I'm sorry. I know, right? If like Jasmine stated, if you earn more money than your partner, your career is at up and up, you're more established. Don't smack me, but I want to know: would y'all hold down majority of the bills in a relationship if you did earn more money? Or how did that make you feel being in that situation and you had that responsibility? How was that experience for you?
I mean, for me, it wasn't a big issue because, you know, when you're in love or when you have a partner and you guys are working together, it shouldn't be a burden. Like you guys are carrying each other, you know, in a way. And for me, I felt more secure knowing that I'm able, like I said, that's another topic, because I felt secure because I know that I was in control. That's another thing. But you know, like, even when it comes to like me, like being more of the nurturer and cooking and cleaning, like, yes, you know, I was putting out more, but sometimes, you know, it could cause an issue because you feel like you're doing everything, you know. But you know, I had to take a step back and realize, like, hey, like, this is a partnership, and you know, obviously I'm making more, so you know, it's a better us, you know, just not myself. But I'm willing to do that, you know,
You
long
the
as I
real
see
MVP.
long
I
as I
need to
see him
hear.
working too, you know, like, it's not like he's just sitting there, you know, like
I
he's
need to hear from
yeah.
Aisha. Talk to me. What are you thinking over there, Aisha? Talk to me.
So there was a lot that was said.
Yeah, you was over there just like quiet,
So
like I
I'm
need to
just,
see.
Goodness.
I was admiring what you guys were stating as far as the relationship being 50-50. And it's amazing how like we go to like, is a relationship 50-50 and we talk about numbers automatically, right? And we talk about household, we talk about career. But like you stated, 12, like there should be 100 where you're a whole person, that's a whole person. And we know much more goes into a relationship than just finances.
Right.
So for me, I don't have a problem with taking the lead on finances, or if he takes the lead on finances, whatever. I don't have a problem staying home. And if he wants to have housewife, I don't have a problem. Like, you know, that person in the club, they was like, if you got money, you don't need a man, put your hands in the air. Like, I didn't raise my hand. Like, I was like, I would like a man. Like, I would need one. Adam had Eve. I want a partner.
Yes.
So for me, I would say it doesn't necessarily have to be where you make more. That means you have to just be like the sole provider on that. You can do, I've heard couples where they've done it on a curve. Like, if you make a certain amount of money more than your spouse, you could put that on a curve where it's not too much of on that person financially, because you guys funds become one. So that's another thing too. If couples want to have separate accounts or you have a joint account, how does that go? You know what I'm saying? But it also, aside from finances, how much often are we spending with each other? Is that 50-50? How are we doing with, aside from bills, like how are we with the kids? Like, who's picking them up from school? Who's doing this? Who's putting the time in where? Like, what you're doing. So I think it's more than just finances and putting time in. So yeah, that's where my mind was just like going. But then we started talking about leading in the whole like who has what. But I know there's people who don't mind staying at home, because I think once COVID happened, the stay-at-home wife, people realized how much work that is for a stay-at-home parent, period. A mom or dad, you realize you had to homeschool your kids. You realize what the teachers were
Yeah,
going
we need to take a second to acknowledge the stay at home situation that we all got forced into in a way that a lot of people was not ready, and a lot of people had to put some respect on that, because you know it is, like I said, it's, I don't undermine it and feel like I feel like it's just as important as maintaining the bills and things of that nature. I don't think that's something that you should just, oh well, she's just staying home, so she's not bringing nothing to the table. Like, if she's holding down the household, making sure the kids is in school, making sure they, you know, they fed and everything clean, that's so important. And I think, you know, it's something that we have to stop like making it seem like it's such a hard thing and it's such a bad thing. You know, it's something that is just as important as going out and earning a living. You know, it's just as important.
Yeah, and you bring up a great point, because you know, at home, not only do we like watch the kids and take care of them, but you know, you got to cook, you got to clean, you got to go to the store, you got to stock the house, like, you know, and keep everything in order. You know, that's another thing, keeping things in order, and
Now,
it's not easy.
let me ask y'all this, like, just as, you know, like you stated, Jazz, like being in the situation where you wanted to have your set of security, um, just doing all of those tasks, like working a 9 to 5, let's say, then you got to come get the kids, and then you got to feed them, you got to spend time, do homework, et cetera, et cetera. Do you feel like at a certain point that can become overwhelming if all of that weight is on your shoulder?
Yes, it does become overwhelming. And you start to, things, that's how things become unbalanced and they get kind of hectic and crazy because you could be performing so good at work, but your household's a mess and you're not taking care of that, or you're
Mm-hmm.
working so much, but you're not spending so much time with the kids because I have to work. Oh, now we have to go to the supermarket. Oh, now we have to do your homework. Oh, now mommy has to cook dinner. Oh, now mommy
Mm-hmm.
has to put you to bed. And it's like, where is that quality time that you want with your children and with your spouse, because you're so
Mm-hmm.
busy focusing on the tasks that you have to do. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's why as couples, you know they need to find a balance. It's all about
Teamwork.
balancing and just seeing, okay, who could do what for today, so then that way is not too much pressure, because I could have the sense of I'm a doer, so I could do all these things, but then at the end of the night I'm like, oh my gosh, like I didn't spend no time with my kids, or I didn't spend no time with my husband, or I could say I didn't spend no time with this. So like just hearing that is just like, you have to create that time and not take on too much, because it overwhelms you and then you get burned out. And when you get burned out, nothing gets done and you can't perform adequately.
I
So,
I agree, and that's more so why I would rather have that the financial burden
mhm,
versus having to split that, because naturally, I'm not saying that you know men don't provide anything to children, but in the beginning stages when you give birth, like that connection with the mother and the child is very important. That's why you guys get the maternity leave and all of that, so that's important. So to just kind of just pull that rug from underneath you and throw you back into the workforce, I do
mm,
feel like it's important to kind of take that pressure off. If you can, just have one less thing for her to have to worry about. She don't have to worry about, okay, but it's the bills and this, and I got the kids. It's like, let me focus on that part. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I don't want to have to be stressing about, okay, is the house clean? Did the kids get to school? Did they do the homework? Like, if we can work together as far as I got this part, you got this part, and we both exceed and do it well. And of course, I'm not saying it has to be, I'm never going to change a diaper. I'm like, I'm not saying that, but at least it's not as far as a pressure, like you said, because that can become overwhelming. You
mhm.
know, putting too much weight on one person on any side of the fence, it's like, just how can we make our lives easier if we just you do this while I'm doing this, and we both know that, okay, this is getting done, and
Yeah.
we can meet here. What you think, Aisha?
I said, like when Jasmine was saying, it was teamwork. So if you have that
Mm-hmm.
communication with your partner and she is like, with child and gives birth maternity leave, they also have paternity for fathers. So it's like you can be there. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not a thing where it has to solely, the house has to solely be on her and like maybe not have finances to be a thing. But maybe you have a woman who can balance being at home, it's okay, but she also has a career and she's goal oriented. She wants to actually do that and help you.
Yeah.
And you
Mm-hmm.
also have fathers too who think, okay, I'm going to solely provide just money, but no
Mm-hmm.
time with your kid. You've lost that in partnership. So it's like, okay, thank you for
Mm-hmm.
providing for me financially,
But
but
you
like
got to
as a
spend the
husband
time.
and a father, can we
Mm-hmm.
balance that teamwork, that balance, that relationship and all factors, that
Mm-hmm.
time? So
Yeah,
that's why
I'm
I'm
just, I guess
always
I'm
trying
just
to
like,
find it.
I'm just old school, like the whole, like, the whole,
Mhm.
that when daddy come home, he going to straighten the kids out type of thing. But dad is out getting the money while mom is holding down the house. So, I don't want to be called any labels or anything like that, but that's just more so
Mhm.
what I would like to create for my family. That structure where it's like, you have that responsibility. And yeah, I do feel like we're at a more advanced time. So I don't think, we have technology, so we can make our lives easier with the technology and resources that we have. So that won't be an excuse to say, well, I gotta work, I can't take, you can make time for
Right.
what's important. So I definitely think you have to still factor in, you still are a father, you're just not a paycheck. You know, you
Mhm.
can't think from that. Well, I'm a paycheck, so I really don't.
Right.
You know, you gotta spend time with the kids and make time for your wife, and make sure, back to the wonderful word, balance.
Mhm.
Having it all balanced.
But what about like if your wife could work from home? Because like for right now, I'm working from home.
Bless her heart.
I got a 9 to 5 job working from home, and it's
Hmm.
Mhm.
it's easy and it's convenient. You could do certain things and balance
Yeah.
your schedule out. So what about that? Like, what happened if
No,
she was
I would love that. Like, ideally, like, perfect situation, like family business at home, and then if I have to do like an outside type of thing,
Mhm.
and I gotta punch the clock, I'd rather do that, and then she can do the business, and we can invest in things of that nature, and we can have residual income. So it's
Mhm.
not, like I said, it's not a strain for money. So we both got to be outside trying to make get a paycheck. So that would be ideal. So any at home business ladies, hit my DM. Let's get to it. You know what I'm saying?
Right? He's single. He's ready.
That's right.
A lot of
You know
help
what
and
I'm
get
saying?
married now.
But yeah, but why? I want to ask you this. I know this wasn't a part of it, but why? Because you mentioned security, so I can't just skip over that. How come that's such a thing as far as like having my own means security? Like, do you not want to fully trust in your man to hold it down, or do you just still kind of feel like he got it, but I got to make sure I have it? Like, what is that thought process for y'all for the security element?
Mm. Well, you know what? The thing is that I'm so used to providing and just having I bring security. So for me to like really like leave it up to someone else, that's like I said, is foreign to me. Like that takes a
Okay.
lot of trust. And obviously I do want to get there, but I'm gonna be honest that I'm not there yet. Like I
Yeah,
wanna I
I
wanna
love
make
it.
sure that I have something set up for my family as well. I just don't want to leave it on one person, because what happened if this one person loses their job or get into an accident, or I don't know, just anything could happen. I just want to
Mhm.
make sure that I also have a plan B. There I go, having a plan B. Yes, I do.
Okay.
you
What
know.
what what do you think, Aisha? How do you feel about that?
I'm down for it. As far as the providing or being the one taking care of it, it doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, like the security part, when the two become one, like you're equal. So your check, my check combined on account, like we got it. At the end of the day, we got like backgrounds and work experience and degrees to fall back on if anything was to happen in that situation. But I'm definitely down with being whatever, whether I'm the one taking care of or taking care of somebody or holding the household, it doesn't bother me. But I'm at that point where I can trust and have that thing with love and a relationship with a person. So it doesn't matter to me because once you know what you bring to the table, you can always bounce back and provide. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So the security thing, you want that in your partner, but for both. So I think that has to be equally there and
Yeah.
the trust.
No, I get it, and I ask because that could be sensitive for some people, right? Like some people could want to hold on so tight to, like, I gotta have it, and their partner could be like, listen, I like, trust me, like I got you, and it's like, no, like, or
Just
assuming the
crazy,
worst,
but I'm
right? So that's something that exactly. So, we just got to be mindful not to be so extreme with the level of security to where it's like nobody could do nothing for me. I got my own.
Mhm.
That's not really necessary because, like you said, you do have to compromise at some point, and you got to come together as one. So it's not about, okay, well, I at least I'm getting my check. I'm good. So as long as I'm getting my check, it's like, what are we gonna have for the family? Like, forget like I love this saying is no um no big I's and no little U's. Like it's everybody's on the same playing field. So
Mhm.
that's that's important.
I totally agree. But Jasmine is Jasmine. But you
I
know
mean,
what?
I,
No, but you're being
It's
honest. You're
No,
being
I'm being
honest.
honest. And
Yeah.
listen, I've been married before, so I know what it's like to, be unified and be one. Because when I had my son, I was home for a couple of months, even past the maternity leave. Like I didn't even go back to work because I didn't want to be separated from my child. Like I literally cried when he was 3 months. I was crying because I'm like, I don't want to be separated from my child and all this stuff. So gotta extend for another couple of months until, you know, I was when I felt comfortable and ready, you know, but we
Mhm.
decided that as togetherness, as a partnership, and worked out our finances together, you know. So like I said, you know, it's I think Ishi stated it very beautifully, you know, 1 + 1, you know, it's not two, it's one, you know, in the math and the marriage. So, you know, you unify, like your finances is one, your bank account is one, your love is one, like everything you do, you work as a unit. So, you know, at that point, it shouldn't matter who's doing what at the end of the day. So.
I love it. I think that, man, Jazz, you did it again, Jazz. You just you just took it home. Anything you want to add, Aisha?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well,
That DM
uh,
of Ishi now. She know 1 + 1 = 1 now.
there we go. Well, thanks everyone for watching this video. We would love to get your feedback. You know, you want to stay at home, you got to have your own bag, y'all doing 50-50. What we doing? Let's talk about it in the comment section. Meet us there. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll see y'all in the next video.